Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you in here to the 4th annual Railroad Games of the Bruce Dean Invitational. We are ready to start day 2 of the Bruce Dean Invitational. Will feature the visitors on the scoreboard, the Har-ber Wildcats, taking on the home team on our scoreboard, the Farmington Cardinals. At this time, we introduce the starting lineups for this afternoon's game. We'll begin with the visitors from Har-ber. Leading off and playing second base, number 3, Z. Palmer. Batting second in center field, number 9, Briley Bratcher. Batting third and catching, number 11, Zio Sanchez. Hitting fourth, playing first base, number 18, Jasmine Thomas. Batting fifth, at shortstop, number 12, Savannah Woods. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 6, Kennedy Smith. Hitting seventh and pitching, number 4, Sierra Dots. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 2, Emma Helt. Batting ninth in left field, number 5, Savannah Mounts. And flexing in right field, number 10, Belle Haney. Now welcome the starting lineup for the Farmington Lady Cardinals. Leading off is the shortstop, number 3, Morgan Ewer. Batting second, playing second, number 12, Emma Gore. Batting third is the first baseman, number 22, Mallory Sills. Hitting fourth and catching, number 5, Chloe Thomas. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 6, Tatum Rykoff. Batting sixth in center field, number 20, Destiny Martinez. Hitting seventh and pitching, number 23, Kale Jones. Hitting eighth, the designated player, number 29, Piper Gardenhire. Batting ninth in right field, number 13, Olivia Depew. And out in left field, number 26, Morgan Reeves. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and turn your attention to our nation's flag in right center field. We open today in Honor America with a playing of our national anthem. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here for the Rail Yard Games of the Bruce Dean Invitational. We've got a gorgeous afternoon for it. Let's play ball. And a good afternoon to those out there watching on YouTube. Actually, let me make that announcement. Announcement, fans. Hey, we are broadcasting every single one of the Bruce Dean Invitational games out on YouTube. If you have somebody at home that can't make the trip up here, check out our YouTube channel. That's War Eagle Television, War Eagle TV on YouTube. We'll again broadcast every single game here at Heritage of the Bruce Dean Invitational. All right. Now we just have softball things.
Yes.
Welcome out there, those who might be watching this on YouTube. We welcome into a gorgeous afternoon of day 2 of the Bruce Dean Invitational. They throw it down, and we are getting ready for softball. I'm Darren. With me, War Eagle shortstop, junior Sydney Gaffney. How we doing, Sydney?
I'm doing good.
Leading off for the Wildcats, second baseman Z. Palmer. It is Z Palmer, Briley Bratcher, and Zio Sanchez to lead it off for the Wildcats in this one today. This one fun for me. I've never done a softball game with Sydney before.
I've never done a softball game.
Did a little bit of basketball action. First one is on the outside edge, but low for a ball. We saw these Farmington Wildcats last night. Kale Jones was in left field. She's pitching tonight. That's about the only change in the lineup. Reeves, the pitcher, is in left field. The pitcher, Jones, or left fielder Jones, is at pitcher. That one, say, does not cross the inside edge. 2-0 the count to the leadoff hitter, Palmer. So we've now seen both of these teams. Sydney, you want to give us a little score, a little bit of a scouting report here on Har-ber while they're at the bat?
Har-ber has a lot of big bats. They wanted them. That one got the best for there, but they will hit the ball hard. They'll hit the ball at you, but, I mean, obviously if you make plays, you'll find a way out.
Next batter is the center fielder, Briley Bratcher. Palmer, a slapper that can be a problem when she gets the ball on the ground, but the one hopper back to pitcher, too easy even with that speed. And another one right back. Kale Jones not being very democratic with her outs. She's taken 2 ground balls and thrown them out quickly. 2 gone here in the first. It's a gorgeous day, Sydney. We were talking about it before. This is a wind we hardly ever see.
Yes.
Like the wind is blowing, or the flag is almost blowing straight out to center field. Don't you wish you had a chance to hit today?
It would have been nice. Yeah, we had quite a few bombs to BP this morning, but wish we were actually hitting off.
Zio Sanchez in the box, the 3-hole hitter for these Har-ber Wildcats. That one grounded foul. In a Farmington club last night that was very solid defensively. Pitchers duel last night, 2-1, only 3 runs scored both teams last night. That ball outside, 1-2 the count to Sanchez. And already can see a much different approach from the pitcher Jones than we saw last night out of Morgan Reeves. That one yanked foul.
Almost hit a car.
This seems like a perfect time to remind everyone, if you park along 6th Street, you do so at your own risk. Batted balls may cause damage to vehicles. One and 2 the count. And ripped foul, change up. And Sydney, we saw a lot of balls on the inner half last night from Morgan Reeves. Back, as soon as I said there looked like a different approach, we saw back-to-back pitches on the inner edge there. That one a changeup.
This is one of few teams you'll see that'll attack that inside corner.
That's a pretty good pitch, not called a strike. You can kind of see by the way he is set up, he's got a great view of that inside edge and not as good a view of the outside edge. That a ball that's probably a strike yesterday.
Yes.
2-2 the count to Sanchez. Another ground ball up the middle, and this one sneaks through by the diving shortstop on at first with a 2-out single, Zio Sanchez. Would expect a courtesy runner for the catcher here. Courtesy runner at first for Har-ber is number 16, Madison Little. And now batting the first baseman, Jasmine Thomas. You see just a little conversation there between Sanchez and Jasmine Little, telling them what to expect from the young hurler. This a freshman, Kale Jones. Morgan Reeves, the one we saw yesterday, a sophomore. A couple of young hurlers in the circle for Farmington. Do you know what that is? And here we go, no count to the cleanup batter. That a curveball or riser goes high for ball 1. Again, the courtesy runner on first now, Madison Little. If you're joining us from Har-ber Farmington, welcome aboard. Come on up and see us here at the Bruce-Dean Invitational. There's a strike. That one's got a little curveball spin, got the middle of the plate right there. 1-1, the count is even on Jasmine Thomas. Change up, fouled off the netting, 1-2 the count. Weekend full of softball here at the ball yard, Sydney. 2 today, 2 tomorrow, 3 on Saturday. You get 3 of those 4.
Yep.
Outside catchers, they're not a hard ball to throw on. It's going to be a stolen base by the courtesy runner Madison Little. The pitch up and away turned around the catcher Chloe Thomas. Wasn't able to get a lot on that throw. So now in scoring position with 2 outs is Little. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Grounded to first. Mallory Sills picks it up, steps on the bag, and that's the way this one is going to end. But a 2-out single. Runner stranded. After a half inning, there's no score. Cardinals coming up to bat. It is Ewer, Gore, and Sills, the same 3 that were at the top of the lineup last night for us. They are going to be facing a talented right-hander from Har-ber, Sierra Dotz. Sydney, you can probably attest that. Sierra's she's a problem to deal with.
Yes.
Good velocity. You'll see a lot of curveball spin.
Just like that.
Somehow
right
the edge was open for that one. Didn't appear so in the top of the first. But if she's going to get that call, it's going to be a long night for Farmington.
Yes.
You'll see a lot of velocity. She'll move it down. She'll move it up. Just one of the truly elite pitchers that we get to see in the 6A West.
Yes.
Lucky you, right?
Oh, yes.
There it is again. Virtual same spot.
She will attack that outside strike and almost always gets that
And
call.
then we'll go further. It's almost the exact opposite of what you saw last night, which was screwballs on the inside corner coming in. Now here you're going to see curveballs going out all the way. This one's probably on the edge of that left-handed batter's box. And we'll see if Ewer can lay off of it. There it is, right on that white stripe of the batter's box.
Yeah, she'll keep testing how far out she can go.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, by the way, I'm not pretending to be a genius. Just you don't have to see it much. And oh, by the way, it's not complex. It's really just hard to do and hard to hit.
Yeah.
If she can execute it, just really hard to do anything with. 1 and 2 now the count to Ewer. That one a little bit far out there, kind of trying to yank that one, get an extra mile per hour or 2 off of it. Count evens at 2. And wind blowing straight out to center field, I think would help any ball in the air today. That one looped down the right field line and into the bullpen. 2-2 the count. Again, saw a pitcher's duel here last night. Would expect runs to be at a premium in this one. Change up. Now, you won't see a lot of those. But after 6 straight pitches with velocity, you see a change up. Good job by the leadoff hitter. You were right there just to get a piece of it and stay alive.
Yep.
That one in on the hands, on the fist. It's looped to the shortstop. Savannah Woods is going to get it. Leadoff hitter gone. One down here in the bottom of the first. Next batter is the second baseman, Emma Gore. Gore had a nice night last night, offensively and defensively. She stands in, open stance, against the long right-hander, Sierra Dots. That one dots the outside edge, pardon the pun. 0-1 the count. That one went up a little bit. Again, you will see her hit the rise the strike zone just a little bit. 0-2 the count to Gore. At Rogers the other night, pitcher's duel between Sierra Dots and Dalen Osborne. Excuse me, yeah. Had a little brain hiccup there. They're just off that outside edge again.
Sophomore versus sophomore there, too.
It is, and not a single earned run scored. Like 2-3 unearned runs was the difference. Har-ber taking the win in a big one. That actually changes the top of the conference a little bit. Puts Har-ber right in there, right in position. That one goes up. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First 2 are gone for Farmington here in the bottom of the first. Next batter is the first baseman, Mallory Sills. Perhaps the biggest at bat of the game yesterday came off of Mallory. She sent a ball deep into the track and right in a wind that was not helping necessarily. Turned into a 2-base hit. Was the first run that scored for Farmington. That one fouled back and out of play. We've seen Mallory a lot in the summer. Big time power.
Yep.
On deck batters, the catcher Chloe Thomas. Change up over below. Did you see a changeup from Dots down there? Did she throw you one?
I did not get one, no.
Yeah?
I think she threw 4 changeups.
Yeah, there aren't. She actually usually, it's more of a show.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what it kind of felt like, because it floats a little bit.
It floats a bit. It definitely from like
off the outside edge, 2-1.
Talking to people looks really good, and then
Yeah.
you go to swing at it, and it's just
not there yet.
It's not there yet. It's very different from her 60-something curveball and fastball.
Yeah, I don't know what her velocity is, but she's running it up into 60-something for sure.
Yeah.
2-1 the count. Hits that outside edge again. Sills swings through it. 2-2 the count.
Press the wrong button.
What'd you do?
I pressed out instead of strike.
Oh. Off the outside edge. Just kind of paints that white line of the left-handed batter's box. As a hitter with 2 strikes, it's a little unnerving up there seeing that ball sweep across like that. Good take right there by Mallory Sills. Base is full. Fouled off. That one, similar location. Mallory thought that one a little bit too close to take. She fouls it off the netting. Has another swing. Stands beginning to fill up here on a 4 o'clock start on a Thursday afternoon. 2 teams from Washington County that traveled to Rogers for tournament game. Foul tip into the glove. That's going to be strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. We've played 1, and we are scoreless. Leading off the second for Har-ber, the shortstop, Savannah Woods. 5, 6, 7 coming up for Har-ber to take on the young freshman, Kale Jones, set for her second inning of work. Inside edge for a strike right there. 0-1 the count to Woods. It's Woods, Kennedy Smith, and then the pitcher, Sierra Dots. Here in the second. If you're tuning in, it may not be a factor, but I believe we're playing an hour and 40 time limit in these games.
Yep.
So if somehow we abruptly end, it is pre-planned. So I mean, it's tournament ball, almost like you see on a travel ball on weekends. An hour and 40 is a long time. You probably can get 7 in, especially if it's any kind of pitcher's duel. You should be able to finish it. That one ripped foul down the third base line. Watch on YouTube, you can see the Gates Stadium cam from across the way. I've told Murray that we need to rent out those boxes over there. Like, actually put like chairs along there. There'll be the luxury seats. You could have like a buffet set up inside.
Yeah. Sounds like something our family would love.
Lifted to center. Back goes Destiny Martinez. It's going to be over her head and off the wall. Throw goes into the infield. It's going to be a double for Savannah Woods, and that's Sydney, a normal, harmless fly ball that just kept carrying and kept carrying and kept carrying and fooled the center fielder to get over her head. Next batter's the third baseman, Kennedy Smith. I think yesterday that ball lands 5 feet short of the track, and it's an easy play.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, just an unusual wind, this northeasterly wind. A warm northeasterly wind.
Yes.
It'd be one thing if it was 40 degrees out here. In comes Kennedy Smith. She rips it to left. That's hit well. Off the fence. Around third comes Woods. They might have a play at the plate. They do. She beats it. On to second goes Kennedy Smith on the throw. Back-to-back doubles off the wall for Har-ber. And it is 1-0. Now batting the pitcher, Sierra Dots. Speaking of people we've seen a lot of in the summer, how many times have we played Kennedy Smith?
Yeah, don't even.
And a transfer portal candidate. Yeah. She came over from Huntsville. Filled in nicely. Heck of a player. I think she's Arkansas Tech bound, if I'm not mistaken.
Arkansas Tech.
Showed evidence of it there. That ball not helped by the wind. That's just a line drive. Hit right through it. Short hop the wall. And here's the pitcher, Dots. Strike over the outside edge. 0-1 the count. One and one. Looks like baseball is getting ready to take on West, and I think this is a game three of a 3-game series with game 3 is not a conference game, right? They're just playing just for giggles.
Yep. Make it more like a college
because we
series.
like to compete.
We like to compete. I think they tried to have a varsity JV and C game last night.
Line down the line to left. Smith's only going to advance the base. The pitcher, Dots, is on first. There's runners on the corners now, and one out. I think we'll have a courtesy runner here for Dots. Courtesy runner at first is number 24, Olivia Tingley. The batter's number 2, Emma Helt. Clear your count.
Nope, wrong button. Oh my gosh. Pressing too many buttons.
Runners on the corners, nobody out. And this is one of those situations as an infielder, Sydney, you have to be ready for everything.
Yes.
Tell me some of the things you can do in first and third, nobody out.
Squeeze, steal, normal hit.
Swing and a miss right there by Helt.
Got you ready to check your runner, go one. There's so many things that can happen right here.
There goes the runner. They throw through. Smith doesn't go. No tag. Stolen base. Will be a stolen base for Olivia Tingley. Not defensive indifference. Runners now on second and third. 1-1 the count to Helt. That one grounded towards third. They're going to need to let it roll foul, and it does, or else it would have been a heap of trouble. As it is just a foul ball, 1-2 the count. You can see the shadows creeping over home plate right now. That does create some issues for hitters just to see.
Marvin told me I was wrong.
He predict you, or he correct you? Looped by the shortstop into left field. Smith is going to score. Tingley's going to advance to third. We're back to first and third with nobody out. 2 runs across for Har-ber here in the top of the second. Now batting the left fielder, Savannah Mounts. I'm going to call her Spencer before it's all said and done.
Yeah, probably. We were all.
Are they siblings?
Yes.
I mean, you would think so.
Yes, they are siblings.
They kind of look alike. There's an S Mounts.
Yep.
That's very nice. It's not good for me. You can't complicate me when it comes to announcing. Nothing doing on first base here in this first and third situation. Helt is the DP. Mounts someone who's kind of a slapper bunter. So is the on-deck hitter, Z. Palmer. 2-0 the count. Now as the count goes 2-0, you may not see a play on, seeing if we can get to ball 4. These are situations I always talk about. Coach Bowen, like these are his favorite situations, to be able to put a play on in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a bunt or a double steal or even on defense. He likes to call something here.
Yep.
Bunted away foul, 2-1 the count. grounded out of the reach of the third baseman. There's not going to be a play anywhere. Shortstop Ewer picks it up cleanly. Too fast in both places. Run comes across on the infield single. We're back to the top of the order. And Z Palmer. And we're going to have a little pitcher's mound visit from Farmington. And I think it's a good call just to kind of settle things down a little bit.
Yep.
Anything you can say that Bowen says when he goes out to do your...
In this situation, probably just slowing down, giving pitcher a second to breathe, telling us exactly what our play is. So here, like, you got to force out at third, try to get a double play, like, get a ball on the ground, infield, keep it on the ground, and find a way out. They had a lot of hits in a row, just trying to break it up, slow it down.
When I was coaching too, you just come out, literally just allow them to take a breath because you've been out there for a while. There's not an out in the inning.
Yep.
Batter's the leadoff hitter, Z Palmer. 3 runs are in for Har-ber, in danger of this one getting away from him. Up and out, ball 1. Tried the inside edge, that one up as well. 2-0 the count. On deck batters Briley Bratcher. Good speed on the bases, and Helton mounts. Farmington plays the one after this, so they're probably going to need some extended innings out of Cale Jones here. I don't know how deep their staff is behind her and Morgan Reeves, but there's a lot of softball yet to be played in this doubleheader. There's a strike, 3-1 the count. And not that she couldn't come back in game 2 as well. Ball off the outside edge and low. That's going to load the bases up for the 2-hole hitter. Next batter is the center fielder, Briley Bratcher.
Get everybody playing in here. Trying to just minimize.
Yeah. Always can judge by where those shortstop and the second baseman is. Bratcher fouls it down the third base line. If they're in front of the bags, everybody's coming 4 on this.
Yep.
Notice you guys were back a couple times yesterday, would have given up a run for a double play ball opportunity.
Yeah, we do a lot of going for.
That, I believe, is off the knob of the bat and a foul ball. 0-2 the count. Literally right off the knob of the bat. It just has an unusual look about it.
Yeah.
Off the outside edge, tried the corner, missed it out there. Good pitch by Cale Jones, exactly where Coach wanted it. 1-2 the count now. Zio Sanchez waits on deck, getting to danger middle part of this Wildcat order. Floater right in there, swinging a miss. First out of the inning, another good pitch by Jones. Next batter is the catcher, Zio Sanchez. Base is still full. Sanchez steps in the right side. Grounded in the hole by Ewer into left field. Here comes Mounts around third. The throw is going to be off the line. Both runners are going to advance a base on the throw. Now second and third. 2 more are in on a 2 RBI single by Zio Sanchez. Courtesy runners number 16, Madison Little. Your batter, number 18, Jasmine Thomas. Still 1 out in the inning after the strikeout. Runners on second and third. Cleanup hitter Jasmine Thomas. Savannah Woods waits on deck. in off the plate, ball 1. I like some of the work that the team's done here with the Gate Stadium camera, the other angles we got going. We've got instant replay over here.
Yep.
Getting pretty professional around here, Sid.
Yeah, for sure. It's really helpful, too, for players' perspective. I get a ton of different angles with every play I do, every swing I make. It's nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Do you guys go back and watch the games?
Yeah. We spend a lot of time on film.
Grounded ball to third. Looks back the runner. Across. Here comes the runner now at home. Advancing home. Good aggressive base running there by Z. Palmer. Third baseman did about all you could do. Held her. Got the out at first. Z. Palmer just a good jump and scored. Next batter's number 12, Savannah Woods. 6 across for Har-ber here in the top of the second. Runner at third now is a courtesy runner Little. Savannah Woods in the box. Off the end of the bat, a little spinner to pitcher. On to first. Out retired, and that's the end of the inning, but damage done. 6 runs, 1 runner left. We've played 1.5. Har-ber 6. Farmington nothing. Leading off for Farmington, the catcher, Chloe Thomas. 4-5-6, Chloe Thomas, Tatum Rykoff, Destiny Martinez against the right-hander, Sierra Dots, who's gotten some run support. It's always nice to go out there as a pitcher in the defense, knowing if you have a mistake, you can overcome a mistake by the lead you guys have gotten.
Yes.
Also, I love, like I always called this a shutdown inning. If you can throw up a 0 here, it changes the game.
Yes.
Mentally. Fouled down the right side. Catcher Thomas. 1-1 the count. Change up. Looped towards short. Woods goes back and she makes the catch. 1 away. Next batter is the third baseman, Tatum Rykoff. I was about to say that might be the last changeup you see if that would have floated into left center field.
Yeah.
Savannah did a good job going back, making the catch. 1 out. Brings up the third baseman, Rykoff. These Farmington Cardinals will be right back at it here again tonight. Game scheduled for 6 o'clock. They'll be taking on Springdale. Har-ber will be back in action tomorrow night against Houston Christian. Off the edge. Some boo birds over in the Har-ber dugout. 2-0 the count. Both of these teams went really far in their own playoffs last year. Farmington made it to the Final Four of their classification. There's a strike over the outside edge. Har-ber played in the championship game of 6A a year ago.
I thought Farmington won last year.
They might have.
I think they did.
I know they got in the Final Four. I don't know what they got beyond that. Very talented, young and good. Just missed. Tried to find the corner. Three and one the count. Grounded to short. Woods across the infield. 2024 champion Farmington Cardinals and a runner-up Har-ber, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. To Bentonville. So both of these teams played in the championship game of their divisions last year. Next batter is the center fielder, Destiny Martinez. Former Sidney Gaffney teammate Destiny Martinez right here. Played a little summer ball with Destiny.
For sure.
Sophomore center fielder from Farmington. Shows bunt. Destiny, one of the more toolsy young players you will see. We were at a multi-athlete, multi-school tryout camp in Oklahoma and lit up the scouts just with the ability to throw. We saw the throw in yesterday. It surprised Jocelyn as Jocelyn was kind of just cruising on into second on a double. Tremendous arm strength. Foul down the left field line. Into the dugout area. 1-1 the count. She will slap. Will bunt out of it, but mostly hits out of it. Don't know what that discussion is.
Not really sure.
1-1 the count to Martinez. Two are out and the base is empty. On deck batter is the pitcher, Cale Jones. Farmington looking to solve. Sierra Dots in the circle. Down in the zone, but strike called. I don't think Des loved that one. 1-2 the count. Grounded back up the middle. Well done by Martinez. She's aboard with a 2-out single. Cracks the egg. Runner aboard now with 2 outs for the pitcher, Cale Jones. Next batter is the pitcher, Cale Jones. Martinez on first with good speed. With 2 outs, don't know that we'll see anything on. There's a curveball over the outside edge. Good catcher behind the plate, Zio Sanchez as well. But if you find your way to second, it only takes 1 hit to score you, as opposed to it might take you 2 from first. Off the outside edge, 2-0. Again, you are watching the Bruce Dean Invitational rail yard games at the Bruce Dean Invitational.
Yes.
Off the outside edge, that one a little bit too far. 3-0 the count. Fourth annual tournament. This tournament's evolved a little bit. We, at one point in time, we're doing it here and at Veterans Park, and now we've got these 2 great facilities we've got in Rogers. Rogers is doing the same thing across town. There's a strike over the outside edge. 3-1 the count. And I know it's the intention of Coach Bowen to just make this thing bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Chance to honor Coach Dean for all the work he's put in with you guys throughout the years.
Yes.
Lifted to right center. Martinez is off. It's going to get down into the wall. Around third, Martinez is going to score on her way to second with a double as the pitcher, Cale Jones. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Cardinals, and they're on the board at 6-1. You see a courtesy runner for Farmington. Or maybe not. appears so. She came back in just to throw off a piece of
Oh.
equipment. And now it does look like we're going to get one. That's number 1. Courtesy runner at seconds, number 1, Addison Harden. And your batter, number 29, Piper Gardenhire. Good swing on that ball to right center field. Wind, I think, helping a little, help push it a little bit away. Center fielder Bratcher unable to come up with it on the wall. Martinez scores easily from first. He was on the move with 2 outs. Now a runner in scoring position and a chance for Gardenhire to cut into the lead just a little bit deeper. Over the plate, but low, ball 1. In our second game this evening, these same Farmington Cardinals are going to take on Springdale. That one's scheduled for 6 o'clock. We're going to do a doubleheader again tomorrow off the outside edge. There is Dots, 2-0 the count. War Eagles are going to play at 4 o'clock against Gentry. These same Har-ber Wildcats are going to be in action tomorrow at 6:30 against Houston Christian. A little timeout called here. Coach Randy going to go out and just give, again, kind of give what we talked about before, just get Sierra a little bit of a breather. Oh, by the way, she's missing in the same location. Maybe they've spotted something from the dugout, or just a kind of reminder to her, hey, you're missing 2 balls outside. Like, what do you need to do?
Yeah.
She's throwing a lot of balls. She's going to be able. She's going to know how to make an adjustment.
Yes,
just trying to get it done here. And then on Saturday, we're going to get things going, Sydney, at 9 a.m., which I know everybody loves. I'm going to be awake, so I'm glad you guys are going early. We're going to play Pea Ridge at 9 o'clock. You're going to take a game off, Springdale against Houston Christian. And then we will play Houston Christian at 1 o'clock on Saturday to finalize this thing. And again, a similar schedule going on across town at Rogers. A lot of good things happening against the 4th annual Rail Yard Games of the Bruce Dean Invitational. Whatever Coach said was exactly right. Over the outside edge, at the knees, swing and a miss, 2-1 the count. Harden is the courtesy runner on at second. 2-1 the count to the batter Gardenhire. Off the outside edge there, 3-1. And we mentioned she lives on that edge. She's been wide of that edge. I think she's thrown more balls wide of that edge she threw the entire game against us down there. She was hitting every corner like all night long against us.
Yes.
Up and away again. Ball 4. Advancing to first is Piper Gardenhire. Looks like we got a pinch runner coming for Gardenhire. Pinch runner at first is number 2, Lily Ferguson. Your batter, the right fielder, Olivia Depew. So now first and second and 2 out. Depew stands in, and then it's the top of the order. Farmington has broken the ice here a little bit, threatening to do more damage. Good hard strike over the outside edge. 0-1 the count. Swings through that one. 0-2. We mentioned the youth on this Cardinals team. Depew in the box is a sophomore. Emma Gore, the 2-hole hitter, is a freshman. A lot of youth, talented and young. Showing bunt here. Timing mechanism. Riser gets her. That's going to end the inning, but they score. They get 1 across, 2 are left. We've played 2. Har-ber 6, Farmington 1. Leading it off for Har-ber, the third baseman, Kennedy Smith. 6-7-8. Kennedy Smith stands in against the right-hander, Cale Jones. Had the big RBI double. Put him on the scoreboard. That one off the outside edge. 1 ball. No strikes. You can see that shadow creep. And it is a little bit different if you're standing in the shade and you see the pitcher's in the sun. The ball actually changes from sun to shade while it's in transit. That's hard to pick up.
Yep.
As if hitting a softball isn't hard enough anyway.
Yeah.
One and one the count to Kennedy Goose Smith. Now 2-1. Kennedy, one of the more complete hitters we saw in summer.
Yes.
She'll pull the ball hard, like that, for example. I love it when it goes right on cue. Yesterday, I'm actually telling the story to Tinsley about how many assists and putouts Ava has.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's statistically, like, weird. Like, it's not normal. And in that inning, she got 3 balls. Like, literally, as soon as I got done telling the story, it's like, it's beautiful when that happens. She also will go to right center field at times. She did not, however, there. Kennedy making me look bad. Pulls it foul. Just a good hitter is what I'm effectively trying to say. 2-2 the count on her. She leads it off here in the third. Grounded to short. Nice play by Ewer from her knees. Throws it across. Stills unable to pick it on the backhand. Would have been a difficult play. That's going to be an infield single for Kennedy Smith. Like I said, you can. Yeah.
Both?
No. If she would advance to second, you'd give a hit and an error, but that's just an infield hit.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you can attest as a shortstop when you got to go to that glove side. The batter's the pitcher, Sierra Dots, especially if you got to go down. It's basically a base hit.
Yeah.
Bounces away. Smith takes off for second. Catcher Thomas collected it quickly, but it was far enough away. Smith works herself into scoring position. Runner in second. And here nobody out in the third. Just got the notification. Bentonville West is playing Fayetteville. We'll follow that one around on the game changer just a little bit. That should be a good game too. As we enter this second run of conference play. Lifted to center. Destiny looks like she's got that one, and she does. Martinez puts it away. 1 out. Smith holds at second. She will be there for the DP. Now batting, number 2, Emma Helt. We've gone through the entire conference circuit one time now. You guys will be heading down. We got 3 games this week, 3 conference games coming up this week, actually. Everybody can start playing for position now. We got a little bit of work to do.
We do. We have some work to do for sure.
And the schedule maker's unkind to us in the back half of our schedule. You got to take advantage of the early games because on the back half, the last 4 games, 3 of those last 4 games are Rogers, Har-ber, Bentonville.
Yep.
Lifted to right. Camped under it. Making the catch is the right fielder Depew. She throws it in. No tag, no advance for Kennedy Smith. She stands right there still now. Runner on second now and 2 outs. The batter's the left fielder, Savannah Mounts. So in comes Savannah Mounts. And not that you can't get those guys, but all those guys have future D1 pitchers. It's kind of a hard thing to go through. So,
yeah, it's definitely
so take care of
from the
business
rest
early
the
is what I'm trying to say.
It's our plan.
Changeup floated. Umpire says it remained high, to the chagrin of some Farmington faithful over to the right. 1-0 the count. War Eagles are on the move. Somebody get duties assigned to them? that ball down, and that's going to be a problem. Once that ball's on the ground there, it's going to be hard to get Savannah Mounts. Runners now on the corners with 2 outs, back to the top of the order. Batters the leadoff hitter, Z. Palmer. Nothing for Cale Jones to do with it but pick it up and turn around and see Mounts already touching across first base as she picked it up. Still 2 outs. You can get the out here. Over but low. Little shock not to see the runner in motion there. I would expect to steal here. Or even a hit and run. Palmer inside outs it to center field. Is going to get to Martinez on a hap. It's a 2-out single. Kennedy Smith scores. Now 7-1 Wildcats. Batters the center fielder, Briley Bratcher. Brings us to Briley Bratcher. Good speed on the bases now in both Mounts and in Palmer. Grounded up the middle. In comes Martinez. They are not going to advance the runner. They did scout Destiny's wing just a little bit there, not to try it. Bases are full now and 2 outs. Also helps you have the 3-hole hitter coming up.
Yes. A lot of power.
Now batting the catcher, Zio Sanchez. And we'll see if we'll make a move here. Morgan Reeves has not moved from left field, so if that's the move, she's not. she hasn't been told about it.
She's warming up in the pen earlier, but.
And again, they got another game to play.
Yes.
So that's something that has to play into Coach Shiree's decision making along the way.
Yep.
Again, not familiar enough with Har-ber beyond these 2 pitchers to know what other depth that they have. Most high schools don't.
No.
Like once you get below 2, it gets pretty. You're normally getting to kind of JV pitchers and so forth that you wouldn't want to bring in this situation with the bases loaded and 2 outs and Zio Sanchez at the plate.
Not.
He is going to stick with the right-hander Cale Jones. Bases are full and 2 outs. Grounded foul by Sanchez. Right there, I think Sydney just one of those too excited to hit.
Yeah.
Can't wait for just kind of jumping at ball 1 almost. You guess strike and you swing no matter where it is. He fouls it away. No harm done. 0-1 the count. Grounded to third, picked up, steps on the bag. Nice play over there by the third baseman, Tatum Rykoff. Those 3 are stranded. 1 across for Har-ber. Nice work by Cale Jones in the defense getting out of this one. We've played 2.5. It's Har-ber 7, Farmington 1. Look at you.
Remember.
Leading off for Farmington, the shortstop, Morgan Ewer. Top of the order, Ewer, Gore, and Mallory Sills. Second time through the order against Sierra Dots. 7-1 lead for the Wildcats. Starts the inning with a changeup that floated low on the inside half. Morgan says thank you for that one just being a ball. She was not probably prepped for changeup on pitch one of the at-bat.
No.
Off the outside edge, now 2-0. In the first inning, we saw Sierra incredibly sharp on that edge last inning, and now to start this inning, that ball, instead of being on the corners, just on the pane of that left-handed batter's box.
Yep.
There it is on the outside edge, swing and a miss, 2-1 the count. In pitching, I know you tried it for a while. I can't do it. There's a lot of moving parts in that motion, and sometimes just all it takes is a little tick, because you're only talking about 3 or 4 inches. That one up and away, 3-1 the count. But even at a young age, Sierra Dots has forgotten more about mechanics than I know about pitching.
Yes.
She'll make an adjustment. Right there it is on the outside edge. Full count. Leadoff hitter Ewer. Looked like maybe take all the way there, trying to get a leadoff hitter aboard. Fouled away. Nice job there by Ewer. A ball on the outside edge. And you just see that hard curveball with movement on the outside edge. Not a lot you can do with it. If you're going to hit it hard, you're probably going to hit it the other way. Comes in. That one called foul. Went foul just before the third base bag. Inches away from a leadoff double right there for the leadoff hitter Ewer. As it is, we're right back where we were. Full count. Nobody out. Great look there from the Gates Stadium cam on a beautiful day. Here at Heritage High School. That one lifted up in the air. Call made by the second baseman Palmer and the catch. Ewer battled, but she's out to lead off the inning. Next batter is the second baseman Emma Gore. Brings up the freshman Emma Gore. We talk about the youth of Farmington. You mentioned it earlier. I mean, the pitcher Dots is a sophomore as well. Yeah. She's going to be around for a while. Strike, outside edge, 0-1 the count.
I believe their whole battery's sophomores. I'm pretty
Zio
sure
is
Zio
also?
is. Yeah. The rest of them are upperclassmen, I believe. Maybe Savannah. Mounts, but...
That one fouled back. Good rip by Gore on a ball up in the zone. Now 0-2 the count. Riser goes up and away. 1-2 the count. When you see Dots. When I see Dots. So first of all, just long,
yes.
Right? She's got the sleeves rolled up. She's got the KT tape. She's got the tape on the rim. She just looks like a pitcher.
Yes.
It just adds to the mystique, right? And then, oh, by the way, you throw 60 whatever on the outside edge. Dots the corner right there. 2 gone for Farmington. Next batter is the first baseman, Mallory Sills. In steps Mallory Sills. Again, big time power from the right side for these Farmington Cardinals. It easily put a dent on the scoreboard with one swing. Riser there starts the account up in the zone. 0-1 the count on a swing and a miss by Mallory. Again, if you're just joining us, wind is blowing, an unusual wind, blowing almost straight away from the plate to the 210 mark in dead center field. Changeup outside edge and off the plate and low for ball one. 1-1 the count. Har-ber got 6 in the second. Farmington answered with 1 in the bottom half. Then Har-ber tacked 1 more on here in the top. Puts us where we are right now. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Off the outside edge with velocity there. 2-1 the count. I never know whether to call a pitch or not because sometimes it's like the difference in curve and riser is so small in softball. Significant. Off the outside edge there, 3-1.
Especially from this angle.
For sure. And if there's 4 inches of break or 5 inches of break, it means everything to you guys in the box.
Yeah.
But I can't really tell from here.
Yep.
Those look like curveballs. Hard off the edge to me. Right on the edge, 3-2. It's got to test an umpire when you throw so many pitches in that almost exact spot. Outside corner at the knees, a little bit off the outside corner at the knees.
Yep.
Hard to be consistent. Full count now, 2 outs to Mallory Sills. Swing and a miss on that outside edge. Farmington goes down in order. We've played 3, Wildcats 7, Cardinals 1. Leading off for Har-ber, first baseman Jasmine Thomas. 4, 5, 6 for the Wildcats, taking on the freshman, Cale Jones. Good strike over the inside edge. 0-1 the count. Second inning got away from Cale Jones just a little bit, but she's done a good job of shutting down these Wildcat hitters in the first and the third. Changeup, hit foul. Good pitch in terms of velocity. Had Thomas out in front. And it's a good pitch if all you can do is hit it hard foul, right?
Yeah.
Waste 1 in the turf on the outside edge. 1-2 the count. On deck batters Savannah Woods. Kennedy Smith scheduled to hit in the hole. We are in the 4th. Off the fist, but strong enough to get it out into right center field is Jasmine Thomas. Martinez picks it up. Destiny just loves to throw. Standing on first is Thomas with a a leadoff single. Now batting number 12, Savannah Woods.
They're getting a pinch runner here.
$22?
22.
Yep. Pitcher runner first is number 22, Sophie Capps. I don't blame Des for liking to throw. I love to watch Disney throw. She can really crank it loose.
Yes.
But there was absolutely no play.
There's no reason.
There was no play at first at all.
From center field.
Runner on first, nobody out for Savannah Woods. Strike. Up in the zone, down the middle a little bit. Woods takes it. 0-1 the count. Pinch runner Capps is on at first. 7 runs on 12 hits for the Wildcats. No errors on the board for either team. Well played, solidly played game defensively. Swing and a miss. And I think a changeup down in the zone. 0-2 now the count. They're bound determined to throw at that runner on first. That time the catcher Chloe Thomas throws behind her. Nothing doing. 1-2 the count. Tried that outside edge with 2 strikes. Floated outside just a little bit. Now you can see Woods right on top of the batter's box. She fouls it away. I think we got a runner leaving early. I think you're going to have to get an out up there. The runner, the pinch runner, Capps is called out for leaving early. Base is empty now. I believe we were already at 1-2.
Yes.
Savannah Woods wants to ask. Now she's dug back in and ready to go. Fouled again. We can see Farmington not afraid to try and hit that inside corner. And it's very common for hitters to get up. I know I tell you all the time to get on the plate, cover that outside edge. And if you can hit that inside corner, that's about all you can do with it is ground it foul over there towards the dugout. They go back in there again, fisted to the third baseman off the handle. Out recorded by the third baseman Rykoff. Now 2 gone. Here in the 4th. Batters the third baseman, Kennedy Smith. And as I gave Reeves credit last night, I'll credit Jones there again. Like, it's not comfortable to throw inside.
No.
There's not a lot of space in there. Nobody likes to give up free bases. And if you don't like to go in there and you try to go in there, leave it over to the plate, those balls get hit towards Gate Stadium.
Yes.
Fisted, shortstop, going back, it's going to fall in between, just in no man's land between the shortstop Ewer and the left fielder Reeves. It's a 2-out single for Kennedy Smith. Batters the pitcher, Sierra Dots. So Smith aboard with 2 outs. The ball tails away on the inside part of the plate to the left-handed hitter Dots. Again, Kale Jones, a freshman. She was in left field last night when she's not in the circle. She's gone the entire way in the circle today. That ball looked like it got the corner but low to the pitcher Dots. Sierra swings it from the left side. Grounded off the pitcher's glove to the shortstop Ewer. On to first. Retires the out and the side. One runner left. A scoreless inning for Kale Jones and the Cardinals. They come to bat. They trail it 7-1. In the stands awaiting their opportunity. Reeves is warming up again down in the bullpen. I assume she's warming up for game 2. She could be warming up to come into this one. Maybe they bought enough innings she could throw the next 10. Four, 5, 6 in the lineup here for Farmington. Off the outside edge. 2-0 the count. Three-0. A little wide to Chloe Thomas leading off the inning. That one right down the center. 3-1 the count. If you're home watching and listening, it's a good night to come out to the ballpark. These Farmington Cardinals are going to play right back after this one against Springdale. And that's outside for ball 4. Leadoff walk to the catcher Thomas. Courtesy runner at first is number 1, Addison Harden. The batter, third baseman, Tatum Rykoff. So one aboard for Rykoff, who's had a really solid couple of days defensively for Farmington. Stands in. There's a ball over the outside corner. 0-1 the count. That one over but low. Didn't get the strike call at the knees. 1-1 the count. Again, weekend full of softball. We got a doubleheader tomorrow night as well. It's going to start at 4 o'clock with our War Eagles. Young Sidney Gaffney sitting next to me going to work at 4 o'clock, taking on Gentry. These Har-ber Wildcats will take on Houston Christian following that one. Triple header over at Rogers tomorrow. Rogers, Houston Christian, Rogers, P. Ridge, Springdale, P. Ridge. Going to make Houston Christian travel in between for a doubleheader tomorrow.
After traveling all
Swing and a
day today.
miss. First out of the inning via strikeout. Next batter is the center fielder, Destiny Martinez. So in stands Martinez. I don't know how nice we are. We make them. They come up here from Houston, and we make them travel across town between games of a doubleheader.
Yeah. They think they're coming here and using our weight room tonight, so.
Pardon?
They think they're coming here and using our weight room tonight, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Coach Bowen's daughter was the coach at Houston Christian a year ago. Several family connections there. Ball one off the outside edge in a solid ball club. Get an opportunity to come up here and play these beautiful facilities. They picked a good week weather-wise. I don't know, normally from Houston, if you come up here in April, you never know what you're going to get up here, but looks like we got a good week for it. There's a strike over the outside edge. Little conversation between Zio Sanchez and the umpire. We've seen Zio a lot in the summer too. She would talk to me.
Yeah.
Very outgoing young lady. That one off the edge and then some gets the call. Wish you well trying to hit that one. You're going to need a boat oar to hit that one. 1-2 the count to Martinez. She's had a call in both at bats that she hasn't been too fond of. She'll go to battle here, 1-2. Runner on first is Addison Harden. Fouled away. And Destiny does a good job with her slap swing of just kind of keeping bats alive. Doesn't strike out a lot.
No.
She is in against a strikeout pitcher. Fouled off the netting down the third base side. Remains 1-2. Martinez the hitter. Harden on at first. Sierra Dots has gone the entire way for Har-ber. We're in the bottom of the fourth. I did not start the watch. We're over an hour. Again, we're running an hour and 40-minute time limits here. Fouled straight back by Destiny. The remains 1-2. On deck batters the pitcher Cale Jones. That's the combination that produced the run in the second. Single by Martinez and a double by Cale Jones. Destiny trying to replicate that here. Changeup floated up in the zone. A little bit too close to take there for Destiny. She just fouls it back, stays alive again. And I don't know, I guess that maybe got a piece of Sanchez. It looks like either Sanchez or the umpire. Maybe Sanchez and Har-ber gathering together just to give her a minute. There's no dirt to rub off the plate on a turf field, so you got to get creative in terms of ways to
Give your catcher
try
some
and give
time.
somebody just a second. Good battle working here. Martinez in again at 1-2. It's the hard throwing right-hander, Sierra Dots. Grounded towards first. Tasman's going to pick it up and go to first. Martinez is out. On to second goes the runner Addison Harden. 2-out RBI opportunity for the pitcher. Next batter is the pitcher, Cale Jones. She lifted one right towards the scoreboard last time up, Sydney. Got it on the ground, out of the reach of the center fielder Bratcher. Runner on second is the courtesy runner, Harden. On deck batter is Piper Gardenhire. Pitch one just off the outside edge. 1-0 the count. And I think that's kind of the approach here. If you get the ball on the outside edge, to try and serve it up over to right center field. That eagle over there would be a good target.
Yeah.
Off the outside edge, 2-0. And it's interesting just to see the difference in the pitch calling on both sides.
Yes.
Like they are
Polar
throwing
opposites.
hard outside every time. Farmington utilizing that inside corner. That one didn't get the corner either. 3-0 the count. Pitcher on pitcher here. Would expect take to be on here. They need more than one. Strike up in the zone. 3-1 the count. Looked like take all the way by Cale Jones there. She stands in now. Again, RBI opportunity runner is second as Harden trying to crack into this 7-1 Har-ber lead. That's ball four, up and away. On to first goes the pitcher, Jones. Should be a courtesy runner coming here as well. Maybe not. And we're going to have a visit from the Har-ber staff. Once again, we thank you for joining us here for the Bruce Dean Invitational at the Rail Yard Games. Again, more softball here tonight. These Farmington Cardinals take on the young ladies in the stands waiting to play the Springdale Bulldogs. And again, double header tomorrow. Starting at 4 will be Heritage at Gentry. Following that, these Har-ber Wildcats will take on Houston Christian. Then come out here for breakfast at the Ball Yard on Saturday. We're going to start it at 9 o'clock. 3 more here on Saturday. Doing the same thing across town at Rogers. We continue to grow this event. Again, we thank you all for your support of the Bruce Dean Invitational at the Rail Yard. I'm making stuff up. Now batting, number 29, Piper Gardenhire. So Gardenhire stands in now with 2 aboard. No courtesy runner for Cale Jones here. That one
seems to be
caught the outside edge, question mark.
According to him.
It's actually a big call just early in the zone like that. Just a little, again, she challenges that corner all day. So you're going to get some of them even when you're off of it. That's virtually the same spot. Swing and a miss by Gardenhire. Piper stands in. Another one of these young players, a sophomore. And you see her now crowding the plate just a little bit more after those 2 balls on the outside edge. That one off the edge. I actually would love to see a pitch tracks. Like I think everything is on the between that outside corner and that white stripe on the left-handed batter's box. You'd have like almost a straight solid line over there.
Yeah, she'll go in once every 6 batters.
Swing and a miss. Got her. Hard and outside again. Down goes Farmington. A couple runners aboard, none across. We've played 4. It's 7-1. Leading off for Har-ber, number 2, Emma Helt. Are we trying to figure out special guests in the booth right here? Gabby Kelly, Ava DeFreitas. You guys can talk a little bit too. Join us. This is 3/4 of the War Eagle infield we've got going on.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm amongst royalty here. First one is over and low from Cale Jones for ball 1. 8-9-1 for the Wildcats.
I'm not used to be behind the scenes of things. This is fun for us. We never see this side.
This is where you guys just think you're the action. This is where the action actually happens. That one grounded towards third. Up and through is the speedy Emma Helt. Just a little bobble is all it takes in softball on a slow roller like that. Leadoff hitter is going to be aboard. Nobody out here for the 9-hole hitter. Now batting the left fielder, Savannah Mounts. And I still haven't called her Spencer.
Good job.
So far. Bunted back to pitcher. Going to take the out at first, and they do. Second baseman covering. Cale Jones over the second baseman, Emma Gore. One is down on the sacrifice. Helt moves up to second. Next batter is the leadoff hitter, Z Palmer. Ball 1. Outside from the freshman Cale Jones, who's gone the whole way. Second inning just got away from her just a little bit. She's been solid innings 1, 3, and 4 thus far here in the 5th. Over but low, 2-0. Grounded back to pitcher, immediately goes to first. Runner Helt advances to third. Sure out taken. 2 are gone now. Next batter is the center fielder, Briley Bratcher. I was going to say you guys are sitting out of order, but it's now, since it's now shortstop, second base, and first base, Gabby Kelly, you guys look appropriate here. So, Gabby, how much first base have you played in your life?
Never played.
Before 2 days ago? I was wondering that. I'm like, surely she did somewhere. There's a ground ball over second on 2 hops on to first. Quick inning and a good inning for Cale Jones. We've played 4.5. Farmington coming up, needing some runs. They're down 7-1. Farmington, number 13, Olivia Depew. 9-1-2 for Farmington here in the bottom of the 5th.
I showed them.
You guys are welcome to talk.
Yeah.
They would much rather hear you. Oh.
Yes.
No, it is not. Well, Darren borrowed the playlist.
I added.
Sydney will
down.
tell you that I keep telling her that I know you guys do not want the old white guys playlist. I would just as soon take the songs as you guys want. But And she also gets mad at me because I keep playing, like, you know, freaks and that kind of stuff.
No, that one we just laugh at. It's fun for us.
There's a strike over the outside edge. Quickly 0-2 to Depew, leading off here in the bottom of the fifth. It is 5:30. We probably started at or earlier than 4 o'clock. We will be approaching time limit depending on the length of the inning here from Farmington. There's a riser up and away, 0-2 the count. Gabby, Ava, we've been talking in this game. We saw the opposite of what we've seen last night, and Dots has been throwing hard curveballs away on the outside edge over and over and over again. And last night from Reeves, you guys saw a screwball over the inside edge over and over and over again. And it just seems like couldn't be different in the pitch calling on both sides here. Ball tipped into the mitt. That's going to be strike 3. Depew goes down. Leadoff hitter gone here in the fifth. That takes us to the top of the order. The batter is the leadoff hitter, Morgan Ewer. So those of you listening in that don't know when I just say Gabby and Ava, it's Gabby Kelly, Ava DeFreitas, two of our seniors for these War Eagles. There's a changeup that is grounded foul for strike 1 of the at-bat. Gabby is going to be doing her work at Pratt Community College in Kansas. Ava is going to go over to Connors State. How are you guys going to manage not being in the same town together?
5 hours.
It's like 4.5 hours. We'll have weekends planned.
There you mentioned the one ball on the inside half that kind of tied her up there. Just kind of a check swing foul back, 0-2 the count. On leadoff hitter Ewer, Emma Gore's on deck. Anybody reaches, they get to Mallory Sills. Absolutely gorgeous afternoon here at Heritage with the wind blowing straight out. We never see that.
Nope. No, we do not.
Waste pitch outside into the left-handed batter's box right there from Dots. 1-2 the count. Pretty good crowd here at Heritage for two teams that aren't Heritage. Good mix. That one looped down the right field line. It's going to fall harmlessly. Count remains 1-2, and the leadoff hitter and shortstop, Morgan Ewer. They had a couple Ewers on their roster a year ago. I assume that means sister graduated along the way. But I know both of them were playing prominent roles. And I think Morgan will pitch as well. Riser, she went up to get it and just check swings and fouls it back. She looks a little frustrated with that little half swing right there. That's actually a pretty good piece of work just to foul it off and to stay alive. Still a great pitcher's count, 1-2. Change up, rolled over, grounded foul. Remains 1-2. 7 runs on 13 hits for Har-ber. 1 run, 2 hits, just 1 error between the two teams for Farmington. Pitcher Dots has gone the whole way. That one up and in, fouled away. Good piece of work right there by Morgan Ewer, just getting a piece of that ball. Mentioned Dots has gone the distance and would expect that to continue if we were to somehow manage to play 13 or 14. She throws a lot. Wants the ball. Great at bat by the leadoff hitter Morgan Ewer. She just serves that one into right field on the ball off the plate. won that battle and 1 out single. She's at first for the second baseman. Next batter is number 12, Emma Gore.
I'd rather cough on you than her.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, this is your bag. That's her face.
In steps the freshman second baseman, Emma Gore. There's a strike over the outside edge. She's frustrated at that one. I don't blame her. There's not much you can do with it. And I think that is a strike. Catches it on the way across, but curveball going away. We wish you well. That one up. 1-1 the count. In leadoff hitter, you were a good speed at first. Given the score, she's probably not going anywhere in terms of a steal attempt. Need multiple base runners. Get those multiple runs. Mallory Sills stands on deck. Lifted down the right field line. Z Palmer makes the call, makes the catch in foul territory. 2 gone. The batter's the first baseman, Mallory Sills. In steps Mallory. They'll be looking for an extra base hit out of her. Try and produce this run with 2 outs. We are at 5:36. We have to be getting close on time. I do not know. Again, if you just tuned in, we have an hour and 40-minute time limit in these games, I believe. Tournament action, like good old-fashioned travel ball. Big swing, swung right through it. Kind of power on power right there. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. Hard curveball over the outside edge. Called a strike. 1-2 now the count on Sills. And he rings her up on that outside edge. Called strike 3. That's going to end the inning. 1 runner left on the single. We have played 5. It is 7-1. For Har-ber, the catcher, Zio Sanchez. 3, 4, 5 for Har-ber, Sanchez, Jasmine Thomas, and Savannah Woods. We lost your cohorts, which is good. I think they were distracting you from your color commentating.
Said more than I normally do.
0-1 the count on Sanchez. Kale Jones has done admirable work. Again, Second inning got away from Farmington just a little bit, but she has been great outside of it. 1-1 the count, and just a freshman. Mentioned she's a freshman. Reeves that pitched against us last night is a sophomore. Farmington historically throws really good girls programs across all sports. Floater stays high. 2-1 the count.
I believe their girls basketball team has won state 4 years in a row now. 3
They're
or
good.
4, something like that.
Nice job by Sanchez. Their ball in the inner half. She just kind of turned it over, snuck it inside the bag. It's a leadoff single for the catcher Sanchez. She's aboard with nobody out. Courtesy runner at first is number 16, Madison Little. Your batter, number 18, Jasmine Thomas. So we kind of mentioned that inside edge and how it's been treating them. Zio right there just did a good job just pulling those hands in enough to just sneak it inside the bag. Ball, I guess, high. Over. Hard for me to tell height from here at this angle. I'm guessing that's up in the zone. Lady Bulldogs are down warming up, getting ready to go. Comebacker to the pitcher, throws the second for one, on to first. In time, double play. 1-6-3. Leadoff hitter is erased. Nicely done by the Cardinals. Next batter is the shortstop, Savannah Woods. You don't see that often, and a lot of times people don't even do it because it's an awkward play, the pitcher throwing it backwards.
Yep.
The second baseman and the shortstop are kind of collapsing to one another. That one grounded foul. Nice work there by the Lady Cardinals.
Yes, for sure. In the wise words of Rodney Bowen, double plays are good.
Double plays are good if you're on defense.
I say it all the time. Double plays are good.
0-1 the count. On deck batter is Kennedy Smith. We are in the 6th, and I believe this will be the last. I think the umpires looked at each other and said something, threw up 8 fingers, which I assume means maybe there was 8 minutes left when we started this. Hard to play a full inning in 8 minutes.
It's hard.
Drilled to right by Woods. Up with is the right fielder. Is going to be somewhat close play at first. Picked over there by Sills, but the runner beat it out. She's aboard with 2 outs for Kennedy Smith. Now batting, number 6, Kennedy Smith. Time called by the umpire. For a minute there, he was the only one that knew it. Kennedy had no idea. He turned around and,
Like,
what? What are you talking about? Ball 1 down and in from Cale Jones. Again, this freshman has gone the whole way. With the exception of about a 10-minute stretch in the second inning, she's been really good against this 6A lineup. Lifted to left, didn't get it all. Underneath it is Reeves. She makes the catch. That's going to end the inning. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Farmington needs some runs. They're down 7-1.
In the middle of a railroad track.
4, 5, and 6. Chloe Thomas, Tatum Rykoff, and Destiny Martinez set to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. And what I believe is the last. Down 7-1. First one is outside, ball 1. We mentioned before Sierra had a stretch where she was living out there outside the plate. She's made that adjustment and she's hit that corner. She hasn't had any of those control issues other than just that little inning and a half stretch, change up and a good one, floated over the outside corner, 1-1 the count. Announcers are going to have a field day with Dots the corner for her entire softball career. 1-2 the count. One too many.
1. I pressed so many buttons.
It's hard. These buttons are hard.
They're difficult to press. They require a lot of effort.
Off the fist towards second. Z Palmer, she's had a nice night defensively. She throws her out. Gone to get a couple pop-ups. That one ranged to her right and made the play look pretty easy. Leadoff hitter gone here in the 6th. Next batter is the third baseman, Tatum Rykoff. This also a freshman, Tatum Rykoff. I like her. She's looked good defensively all week. Made a huge play against us on the double play yesterday, the line drive.
Yep.
Unfortunately, led her right to the bag.
Yes.
While we had a runner on third. But you can't hit it much harder than Lily hit that ball. Just happened to be in a wrong spot. Tatum Rykoff was there to make a play. Mattered a lot. What turned out to be a 2-1 ball game. Down on the count 0-1 here. Change up, check swing. Multiple change ups in this inning now in the first 2 hitters for Dots. Maybe as they get deeper in the count and somebody's seen you 2 or 3 times, maybe they open up the playbook just a little bit.
Yep.
0-2. Off the outside edge. Sanchez tried to get the frame right there, but nothing doing. 1-2 the count to Rykoff. On deck batter is Destiny Martinez. Swing and a miss. Riser up in the zone with 2 strikes, got her there. First 2 are gone. Batter's the center fielder, Destiny Martinez. Which brings up Destiny Martinez. Old teammate. I got to coach her. You got to play with her.
Yep.
I don't know how much I coached her. Destiny kind of does her own thing, but
she does what she knows.
She's very talented. I don't say that disparagingly. Yes, sir. Shows bunt. Bunted through it. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. This combination with 2 outs produced the run in the second inning. Martinez with a single to right center. Then it was Cale Jones, the pitcher, right behind her with a double to right center. Farmington would love to see that combination again. Fouled away. Quickly 0-2 the count to Dez. We mentioned just with her style, she has a tendency to turn these into battles. I don't want to announce her, jinx her here. Takes that one off the outside edge. Little flinch from the home plate umpire, but that ball was out in the right-handed batter's box. But that little flinch, you just never know.
You never know.
When Sydney Gaffney takes one of those pitches, I always do a little bit of an exhale up here. Heart jumps just a little bit. 1-2 the count. Up in the zone, swings right through it. Swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that is going to be the ball game. That's going to be our final here today. Final score after 6 through time. Your final, Har-ber 7, Farmington 1. Again, thank you all for being here for the Brewstein Invitational at the Rail Yard. We've got more softball to come. These Farmington Cardinals are going to take on the Springdale Bulldogs. Stick around, stick with us in just a bit. Again, we are broadcasting all of our games on our YouTube channel. You can look up War Eagle TV, and we will be broadcasting every single game from the Brewstein Invitational. Har-ber, we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Until then, we wish you